going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chucky, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great night so far. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday. 1 day left. 1 day left. It is Friday Eve. Oh, all right. You guys want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. I've got 4 videos tonight, 4 clips. And see, 2 of them are Judge Webster. We get a Jay Regier sighting. We've got a magistrate. Is it Chisholm? I think it's Chisholm. And then we finish with Judge Stevens. The first 2 with Judge Webster. Both of these guys, or no, one's a female. But they showed up late. And I don't know if Judge Webster's always done this, but if you show up late to her docket and she calls your case, she will make you wait until the end. And it's funny because she will sit there and call all the non-appearances, put out the no-show bench warrants, and then call your case. She will literally make you wait till the very last thing she does. First 2 videos both do that, and it's actually kind of funny. The first guy was getting visually agitated. He calms down a little bit during his hearing, though. Rachel, new member. What's up, Rachel? How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining the family. I appreciate it. All right. Let's go. Oh, yeah. You threw me off, Rachel. You threw me off. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick back flips. Let's go. Thank you, Nancy. New member. Nancy, weren't you were already a member. Is that one of those YouTube glitches? Rachel might be the same thing. So we might see a milestone come up here in a second that says you were X months. But thank you so much, Nancy. I appreciate it.
Mr. Dean, are you inclined to have us recall that or carry through on the previous order?
I'm fine to deal with it, Judge. I'm just trying to find his file.
All right.
Here it is. Primarily only because I haven't finished the journal entry because I ran out of it.
You ran out of journal entries.
And my assistant hasn't come through the door with more yet.
All right. Well, I'll call this
It
case.
just did. In any event.
Is he still on here or did we take him off missing?
He's still on there. He's
Okay.
only 9 o'clock.
All right. We are back on the record in 2020 TR 814 State of Kansas versus Matthew Lee Espinoza. Assistant County Attorney Paul E. Dean appearing again for the state. The defendant, it's now 12:47 p.m. at the end of the docket. We are recalling his case because he did check in. Missy, do you remember what time?
It's actually less than that. It's minus 48 hours. Her plane lands here. Oh, no, I don't remember that. It's like 3 p.m. So less than 48 hours from now, Canada will invade my apartment. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You checked in.
I don't remember. I think it was 10
Well,
o'clock
after,
somewhere.
okay. It's well after we'd issued a bench warrant and a no bond hold across the Zoom court. And we made that bond because of his poor attendance record to date.
Your Honor, at this point in time, where the state is on this, given the length of time this case has been hanging out there, prior bench warrants issued, I have basically had one offer. Mr. Espinoza, you can plead guilty or no contest to one count of driving while suspended first, which would carry a recommended fine by the state of $100, court cost of $108, booking and processing fee, which you will book and process because I'm looking at your fingerprints right now, $45. That would carry a 6-month sentence, which state would recommend to suspend for 6 months of non-reporting probation, with the conditions of probation being no law violations, pay or appear was directed, have these fines and costs paid off within whatever time frame the court gives you, and keep us notified if you change your address while that 6 months non-reporting probation is pending.
Okay. I have a quick question. So my attorney here told me, because I don't know why they postponed my case here, because I'm fighting a DUI. That's why my license got suspended. But it's looking good. Like they're gonna probably dismiss this case next month. I believe it'll go beginning of October. And if I get my license, like if I get this DUI, because this is why my license got suspended. Then
Yours was suspended. This
2019, right?
2020.
Yeah, this was 19. And so if I get this dismissed, will this go away? Like do I get my license back? No. So
no. I mean, if you'd got reinstated like 3.5 years ago, then yeah, I would probably amended it down to no DL in possession, which wouldn't have any impact. This would probably has a collateral impact of adding a 90-day suspension to your potentially. I don't know everything on your record, but you just have a prior speeding and a prior expired DL conviction. The rest of them are sanctions. So
yeah,
state's going to give you an additional suspension of perhaps up to 90 days. I don't know that for certain, and maybe not. But it's either this plea or we set it for trial.
I mean, I really want to get my license back because I'm trying to go to school and everything. But
and you should work on that very hard.
I really like Paul Dean. He is a great prosecutor. I feel like Paul Dean may have been a defense attorney before he was a prosecutor. By how he is very, I don't know the right word, because the first word that I want to say is compassionate to the defendants. That's not exactly it, but he's very kind. He's very kind. He always walks the defendants through whatever's going on. And that's not his job. He doesn't have to do that, but he does it. And, I like him for that.
I am. So that's why I'm here today.
Very good.
All right.
I guess.
Mr. Espinoza.
Yeah.
Why have you taken 4 years to deal with this ticket?
Ma'am, I couldn't leave the state of Missouri because I had an ankle monitor on. I got in trouble with 2021, of April 28th, 2021. Me and my ex-wife got divorced. I couldn't leave the state. I had an ankle monitor on for 16 months. I was locked up in Greene County for 6.5 months. And that's in Springfield, Missouri. So I couldn't leave Missouri, the state of Missouri, where they'd give me 4.5 years in prison. I beat that case and I came home.
Well, guess what, sir? We have been doing these hearings by Zoom since
I didn't know.
Early 2020. Well, maybe
I didn't know.
If you called the clerk's office, you would have known.
Yeah. Well, I was busy doing. I don't know. I was kind of hard for me. I was homeless. I went through a lot there with that ankle monitor and stuff like that. And then when I was locked up, nothing ever came back. Like in Greene County Jail, like I always thought that would happen, but it never did.
All right. So, are you going to take his offer? Or do we want to do something different today?
I guess I'll take the offer. I mean,
I don't want you guessing. I don't want you feeling pressured to take the offer. He doesn't want you to do that.
I know. I just want to get my license back. I'm trying to move on with my life. That's what I'm trying to do, ma'am. I guess.
Well, you've never applied for an attorney, from what I can tell.
I know I just got to pay this man here $5,000 because I got to go to trial next month. But I guess I'll take the probation. I guess I don't know.
Well, and I'm not obligated to follow the plea agreement, but first order of business, you've never wanted an attorney. Do you want one now?
I can't afford one.
Well, you've always been told if you can't afford one, you can apply for court appointed, and if you qualify, one would be appointed. Knowing that, do you wish to waive your right to an attorney or apply for court appointed? Or do you? I'm sorry?
I guess I'll apply for a court appointed. I thought I did last time I was in court. I filled out a piece of paper.
Okay, you understand that his offer is for today.
Yes.
You'll have to deal with your attorney, and he may or may not make that same offer to the attorney. Do you understand that?
I understand. I guess I'll just take probation and be my license
Well,
suspended even longer.
again, I just want to know for the record, do you want the attorney or not? That's the first question, and then we'll go to the second question about the plea deal after that.
I can't afford an attorney.
Right. But you said you want to apply for court appointed or not?
How can I do that? Go online?
You can ask me I can ask you some questions and you can answer them.
Okay, let's I guess I'll just point for one then.
All right. Where do you work? Where do you work?
I work at Felipe's Mexican restaurant.
In Wichita?
Wichita, Kansas.
Which one?
3434 West Central. I believe.
How long have you worked at Felipe's?
I've been there since I've been back in Kansas 2 years. Since I've been back.
You've been back in Kansas 2 years and you've not taken care of this. All right. And how much do you get paid per month?
Probably around like $3,500, $3,500.
What do you do for them? Are you a cook?
I'm a bartender. I'm a bartender and a server.
Bartender, server, and you get $3,500 a month. What'd you file on your tax return for the year last year?
I know I barely got any money back. I think it was like 30.
I didn't ask if you got money back.
35,000. That's what I got. I don't know.
You reported 35,000?
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know in my piece of paper.
In other words, you're just guessing.
I don't know off the top of my head. No, I don't know right now.
All right. You're going to have to dig up your tax returns and your payment. And you're going to have to turn in a written application for court-appointed attorney. Now, the problem I'm having with you is I'm not sure you'll show up again. How is it
I'll be here.
I've heard you tell me that before. Or I know you've told other judges that before.
I've never been to court on this, ma'am. Ever. I came to you last time I came to court, ma'am.
If you've never been to court, what did you do?
My first time last month or last time.
I believe at his first appearance he was a no-show, and it sounds like from what he was saying, he was in custody.
Is that where his $1,000 bond came from?
It appears. All I see is on January 12th, 2021, Judge Webster, no defendant, bench warrant, bond 1,000, bond OR, first driving while suspended. That's what's written.
All right.
First in.
Okay. So if I gave him $1,000 OR, I would have done that with the understanding that he was committing to coming back, and he didn't.
Well, he wasn't there. I'm not sure why the OR was done on a bench warrant. And maybe somebody miswrote that in the file jacket, Judge.
I did go to jail last time I was in court a couple months ago, and that's when I got OR'd out. And it was you, ma'am, that did that. I went to the courthouse.
All right. Yeah. I thought you told me before you were going to be here, and you didn't.
No,
in any event, sir, we're going to need to get this thing wrapped up. The prosecutor gave you an option of a way to wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up then. I'm ready to do it.
But I want to give you your right to an attorney, and if you want your right to an attorney, that's going to take some time.
I just want to get this over with.
Application in and to appoint the attorney and to set this over. And I don't want to set this over for another year while you do whatever it is you do when you're gone.
I don't leave no more. I'm not leaving. I want to get this over with. I'm just trying to move on in my life. I'm trying to go to barber school. I'm trying to
Now, you've told me, I thought I understood you had other charges in other jurisdictions.
No, I beat that charge, ma'am. I'll be in prison right now.
Well, what's that one you said you're trying to beat?
Oh, it's
October.
It's a DUI from 2019.
Oh, what? And that's in Missouri?
No, it's here. It's in Wichita. It's in Central County. I'm not.
All right. He just wants to take care of everything. You know, he shows up to court. He does. He shows up to court. He's got a 5-year-old DUI case that he hasn't resolved yet. Come on, man. Come on. I do think that he's trying to fix everything. He gets himself in trouble with how fast his mouth works. Don't think he thinks about what he says before he says it. I have that problem too. I do. This would be me if I was in court trying to defend myself. That's also why I wouldn't defend myself. Just saying.
State. I'm here to deal with this. I'm here to get this over.
Okay. Let's do this one final time. Do you or do you not want an attorney?
No, I'm gonna get it over. I want to get this over with. I'm just ready to get this over with. I'm ready to move on with my life.
Are you feeling pressured based on our conversations or any other thing that's pressuring you to waive your right to an attorney today?
I just want to move on with my life. That's all I want to do. I just want to get this all over with.
Is it are you freely and voluntarily waiving your right to an attorney?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
And no one's making you do that. You're doing that yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Right. And I will have the journal entry and the docket notes reflect that you're freely and voluntarily waiving your right and that you do understand you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed if you cannot afford it to hire. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do.
And knowing that, you still want to waive and proceed.
Well, I have a question. What if I don't get the public defender? Because one time I did that, they said I made too much money.
Well, that's when you told me what you made at $3,500. I had to question that, but I can fill out the application and I look at it.
Okay, let's just fill out the application. I don't know what to do right now. My lawyer told me not to take anything because he told me if that goes away, this will go away. But I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I got to go back to Rocky and talk
Who's your attorney?
Rocky Weissman.
Rocky Weissman, and he's your attorney in which case?
My DUI in Central County here.
All right, then I think you better be talking to him about this case.
I'm probably gonna have to then. I probably just have to. I mean, I'm gonna be in court again. I'm not running. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna be here. I was here last time. I'm coming this time.
Missy, can you set this over for status control in the very, very near future?
We can do that September 27th.
September 27th, I want you at the courthouse in Greenwood County, Kansas. And your attorney can be with you. He can appear by Zoom, but you are to be here at the courthouse because I just can't trust your attendance with your record.
All right.
And you said at what time, Missy?
Let's do it at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? You are to be here September 27th at 10 o'clock. And if Mr. Weissman's going to represent you, he knows how to.
He's probably not going to represent me on this case because I don't have no money for him. I paid him $5,000 a year. He's not going to come there. He's not going to go to Zoom. I don't have.
You have recommendations at this point.
I got to. You said I can do it. You said I can do a public offender. I can do an application.
He told you. Okay, Mr. Weissman told you to do a public defender.
No, you did. I was going to fill out an application right now.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Hang on. Recommendations, Mr. Dean.
Sir, I don't know what Rocky Weissman was recommending to you. I mean, you were this.
Well, he doesn't know about this. I mean, he just told me this might go away because if that DUI goes away, because I got that before I got this. Now, I'm gonna be here for court regardless.
I'm not running. That's.
I just don't have any money for him.
I don't even see. I see a chemical. I don't even see a DUI that's causing a suspension on this driver's license history.
Really?
I see 2 failures to. Now maybe those were DUIs.
Or maybe they were active.
No, I
see 2. Hold on, let me talk. Let me talk for a minute. I see 2 failures to pay or answer a citation. One in June 20. The action date was June 28th, 2019, and the other one was October 15th, 2018. Now the sanctions come after whatever occurred.
Okay.
I don't know what the occurrence date was.
I didn't know
those were 2 answers to fail or pay or appear. That would appear to be the reason why you're suspended. So even if you had a good defense to the underlying charge, the suspension is for failure to answer or appear on those charges. So that appears to be why the suspension is in place. Your only convictions that I have on the traffic is the only thing I really consider in regards to what I'm recommending on traffic are a prior conviction of 2020 on September 9th of 2020. So that's almost 4 years ago for speeding.
That was this one, right?
No, It's a different one. You were convicted on that date for speeding.
Okay.
You were also convicted September 9th, 2020, same date. This would have been same case.
Okay.
So you had one prior conviction that had 2 counts that you were convicted of. One was speeding, one was expired driver's license. That is your only driving history. That is why I've made you the offer of $100 fine for first offense driving while suspended that appears to be for a failure to answer or pay citations back in 2019.
2019. I didn't even know about that one either. Was that, you said October 2019?
Sir, stop talking for just a moment.
No, that's
I'm just
Dean,
trying to.
right here. Conviction, driving while suspended, or speeding, expired driver's license, and then failure to pay or appear, and then some suckler back in 2009 that I don't care about. Because those were administrative actions. They're not even convictions.
Mr. Dean, I show on his Kansas Odyssey record, he had a 2006 TR 309 for driving while suspended. He pled guilty to.
All right. I was hoping this clip would play out before I paused it again, but it's been going on for a little bit. Say my name. Okay, proprioception cat. Got it. Nailed it. Nice try, though. And thank you for the super chat. I actually have no idea if that's how you pronounce that. I think I'm right. I don't know. Detective Rachel, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Rachel. All right, let's finish this one up. I think this one's almost over.
Apparently, I've dropped off because this only goes to 2008 on the certified record.
They've apparently dropped off his driving record. They're still on his criminal record, but I'm inclined to say appoint him an attorney so his attorney can talk for him and get this resolved. Maybe talk with Mr. Weishman, but I can't appoint an attorney, sir, unless I know you qualify, and I question whether you do.
Your Honor, this is what I would. Can I suggest something?
Absolutely.
Because it's already 1:03. I'm going to suggest court appoint an attorney and go ahead and appoint Richard Paul.
All right.
And the court take into basically direct Mr. Espinoza to provide his financials to Mr. Paul, so that then the court can make a determination whether he's going to pay the limited amount of $250 or the court's going to assess something else.
That works for me. You may have to pay the full amount of Mr. Paul's fees, or you may have to pay the taxpayers $250.
I can do that.
Okay, take this
Paying
down.
somebody several $1,000s to handle this case is a way I want it to be, in my opinion. I do. I don't work all the time.
Call Richard Paul.
Thank you, sir.
Richard?
Again, the reason I love Paul Dean, he is such a great prosecutor. Now, I don't know if he'd be a great prosecutor in other jurisdictions because I feel like he's too nice. And he's always like this. But for Judge Webster's court, he nails it. I think he calmed this defendant down. The defendant was about to talk himself into some trouble. Just could not stop talking. And the prosecutor's the one who came up with the plan. Come on. Come on. Leslie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the encouraging words. I'm guessing you're saying great job on, I came close to pronouncing that word correctly. I'm guessing. Yeah. Yeah, I know some words. And it's not that I don't know the words or how to pronounce them. I've somehow developed a lisp in the last couple of years, apparently, because some words that I used to be able to say that I had no problem with, all of a sudden I'm having problems with. Don't know what it is. That's why I blame my teeth. I have no idea, though. When in doubt, if you have a lisp, blame your teeth. I don't know what else to blame. Okay, let's go.
Paul, do you have a pencil and paper?
I got pen and paper right here.
316.
316.
We don't need the attorney's number, even though it's his office number, but we don't need it.
You call Richard Paul.
I'll call him right now.
Go ahead and appoint him, but you may have to pay a little more than standard $250. You give him your information, and I want a contract, or I want an application in here completed that Mr. Paul has looked over with you and approved.
I can do that.
You better do it. Now, the court date is September 27 at 10
a.m.
We just want to move that off to that October 25th, just because Mr. Paul's going to be here. He's going to go, I just got appointed to this. I just got the paperwork yesterday. I need a continuance. Shall we
Yeah,
save
we
it?
know
Shall we
how
save
that-
a journal entry of continuance and just go to October 25th?
October 25th, 10 o'clock, Missy, can we do that?
Yes.
Now, let's confirm that he is now on bond because he kind of comes and goes and
I don't want to speak for Mr. Paul, and I'm not a betting person, but I feel like
Yeah, but
I would
we-
be willing to bet a large sum of money that would be his
yeah,
request.
he and most attorneys, yeah, I can hear that.
The 25th at 10 a.m., correct?
October 25th, 10 a.m. His last bond was posted July 16th, 24. His last and only bond I see, $1,000. Personal recognizance. That's crazy. All right. I will continue that bond, but if you have any more failures to appear, if you have any more troubles with your device, I'm going to hold you. I'm probably issue a bench warrant, no bond, hold you until this is resolved. And I am ordering that you appear personally at the courthouse next time. I don't want any excuses. I didn't have Zoom codes. I couldn't get through. You be here in person. Why'd you
I'll be
gave
there.
me a strange roll eye
No,
look. That wasn't
no.
even- All
I'll
right.
be there. I'll be
Okay,
there.
as long as you got it, I think that covers everything. Mr. Paul or Mr. Dean, anything further?
No.
All right,
you.
you may go at this time, Mr. Espinoza, with the
Okay.
conditions I've gone over with you.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You're welcome.
Oh man, that actually lasted a little too long. We are almost 27 minutes into this live, and yeah, I did not remember that case was that long. I apologize. I remember it was kind of interesting, but yeah, a little long. Cheshire Cat, what's October 25th? You may have said it. I kept your chat up on here because I wanted to ask what October 25th is. But yeah, okay. Next one, we're staying in Judge Webster's court. These are two different days, though. This case that we just saw was last week. The one that I'm about to play was it might have been last week too, actually. There were different days though, with different prosecutors because Jay Regier pops in here. Okay, let's go.
Not to my knowledge, Your Honor, although there does appear to be one remaining individual currently on the Zoom conference besides myself and other individuals who are traditionally appear on these dockets.
I do see a woman with the name Tori Long on her screen. I called the name Tori Long quite some time ago. No one answered. A bench warrant was issued with bond set at $2,000 cash or surety. Who are you, ma'am? I read your lips, but for the record, we need you to unmute.
I'm sorry, it was on mute. I'm Tori Long. I thought my court date was on the 17th, and I called today, and she said that you guys were in session and that I could come in, so I just did what I was supposed to do. I thought it was tomorrow, not today.
No, what you were supposed to do was be here at 9 today.
Yeah, I thought it was tomorrow. That was my mistake. I've been going through
That
a
was
lot.
a mistake that got you a warrant issued for your arrest. So you must be mindful of those mistakes when you
Yes, ma'am.
write down your court dates and watch your calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that on your neck that the tattoo say?
Savage. You got it when I
Or
was younger.
Savage?
Yeah, I had a friend die, and we got matching tattoos, so it was a while ago.
I presume it was before the friend died that you got the matching tattoos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judge Webster, come on. No, it was post-mortem. She went to the morgue and made sure the tattoo artist put the tattoo on her neck before they buried her. Judge Webster, come on. Even Jay Regier is like, did she really just say that? His eyebrows raised a little bit. Look, you can see the wrinkles on his forehead. That means his eyebrows are raised.
All right. Well, in any event, what are you going to do about this driving while suspended charge?
Well, I was going to ask for a continuance. Obviously, I was obviously late and I didn't know that. I'm working. I have a thing from Sedgwick County, the theft package. Somebody stole my identity, bought a car, got a ticket. I had my license, but because of whoever stole my identity, they got this and that, and I didn't know my license was suspended. And then when I got pulled over, that's when I found out my license was suspended. And so I've been working with Wichita trying to do that with my identity theft, trying to figure out what was going on with that. I tried to renew my license. I couldn't because I have to pay off like a debt collector of something that they got under my name. And so I've been having a hard time getting my license because of that. I have to pay off all this money for this car that they bought and a house that they got and all these things. And I'm just trying to work through it and figure it out to get my license started again. So that's where I'm at with that. I've been working for, it seems like a month now, trying to figure out how to get through it, who it is, what they bought, where they bought it from. And it's not easy, really not easy.
So they've accomplished all of this in a month, or you just found out about it a month ago?
No, I just found out about it when I got the ticket for driving on suspended. I went to the license place to go figure out what was going on with my license. They told me it was suspended a couple of years ago for somebody getting pulled over using my ID. And so I just went from there. So from there, I did a police report about it. I got the police report number, and then they sent me the theft packet, and I've just been like working through the theft packet, trying to fill that out and take the steps so I can figure out what I can do.
Okay, so you got the driving while suspended in Wichita 2 years ago?
For this one or the one that they got?
I'm talking about the one that you're telling me about.
Okay, yeah, the one that they got. Yeah, I guess it was 2 years ago at some time. I'm still trying to figure out all the details about it because I didn't even know it existed until I was trying to figure out this stuff for you guys. And then that's when I figured it all. I had no idea that my identity was even stolen.
All right. So are you telling me all of that to tell me that this driving while suspended in Butler County on December 19th, 2024 was not you?
No, that was me. I just didn't know that my license was already suspended.
I think he is a master ping pong player. He's a table tenniser. I can see him with the band around his forehead. He plays underground ping pong, and he's really good at it. That's what I think he does in his spare time.
Because of somebody else. So that was me driving. I just didn't know my license was suspended. And so I was just going to.
All right. Well, I guess, they send those notices of suspension to the last address you report on your driver's license. Did your impersonator also send their address to driver's license so you wouldn't have gotten the notice?
I do believe that we have figured out that I was in an organization. It's called the New Life Reentry Program. It's a women's group for women that get out of prison, and it's kind of like sober living, but it's just for women that get out of prison, have somewhere to go to restart their life. And basically, what we're going for is that they're an organized crime, and that they have been using all the women's like info that they get for us signing up for the group and stuff, and using it as identity fraud for apparently about 10 years now. So it's a really difficult thing to really understand.
And you said they bought a house in your name?
Yeah.
You must have had good credit.
They must have made good credit for me to buy this.
All right. Well, Mr. Regier, here we go again. Someone claiming that they're not the defendant. So it might be one of those that the video could make a lot of difference in if we go to trial, but she hadn't told us she wants to go to trial.
No, I was definitely I definitely was the one that got pulled over this time. That was me.
Oh, my mistake. Okay. But you're saying you weren't the one that got suspended.
That was them. I had no idea.
I'll tell you what, I think you need an attorney. You haven't told me that you want an attorney You've been told that you can hire an attorney or apply for court appointed.
I would like to get a court appointed because I can't afford an attorney now because
You
I've
told
been
me
paying.
July 10th you were going to hire an attorney.
And I was, and I talked to them, but I just, after I figured out all this stuff, I had to pay off all these fines. And
Okay, which attorney did you talk to?
my attorney was. It's on my phone and I can't get off of it to look.
Okay. Was it an attorney out of Wichita?
Yeah.
All right. Where do you work now?
I was working for a hospice care, and that's also what
Where do you
I
work
lost my
now?
job.
You
I don't
lost
have a job
your
now. I lost my job because I can't drive. I sold my car because I can't drive because of the driving on suspended.
So how long has it been since you had a job that paid?
Like 2 months.
Okay. Who pays your bills?
I don't have them. I had to move in with my stepdad.
Okay. So that's your stepdad's house you're calling from?
Yeah.
And he's paying your bills right now, food and rent?
Yep.
Okay. I don't mean to sound insensitive, especially about this topic, but especially someone who used to work in hospice care, why would they pronounce it hospice care? This tells me that she might be making up this story. It's even I can pronounce that word. Come on. Hospice care, not hospice care. Unless you're two totally different things. But I've never heard of hospice care.
Children?
Yes, I have a son.
How old's your son?
He just turned 6 months.
And is he living with you and your dad or stepdad too?
Yeah.
Does the father help pay the child's bills?
No.
I'm going to appoint Attorney Darren Patterson. Do you have a pen to write down his name and number?
Yes, ma'am.
Darren Patterson, his number is 316-322-7700. Call his office after the lunch hour and give them your contact. I'm ordering you to do that today.
Okay.
Must be back here December 9th at 8 a.m. by Zoom. But you must call Mr. Patterson today if you want to continue on that OR bond.
Okay.
You didn't even go out and get it, did you? Did you go out and sign your bond?
No one told me I had to go out and sign any bond.
Yeah, I did. July 10th, 2024. I told you to go through the booking and processing to go into the breakout.
Oh, yes.
room
I
with
talked to the lady.
OR bond.
I talked to the lady and she told me that I could wait because I have a situation with my son. She said she likes to schedule it at least a little bit before the trial. But my son was in the ER. I'm not gonna lie, I spaced the fingerprints off. That was my bad. I've had a lot going on. I just had to move out of my house.
No. There's Patterson, there's Favre, and there's Mr. Watts. Those are the three main ones. There's probably more, but those are the three main ones I always see.
With my dad. So I've just been really busy and I'm just doing the best I can.
So you spaced out court this morning. You spaced out my order to go get your prints taken. Who was the woman that told you didn't have to do it?
I called I think it was the sheriff's office or the Butler County office where they do the fingerprints, and I talked to some lady.
Some lady at some office that you don't know what it was told you did not have to comply with the court's order.
She said that she's okay with me coming in at a later date.
She's okay with you coming in at a later date.
I guess so. I did what I was supposed to.
She didn't run it past me. Whoever she is and whatever she told you. So you're already in contempt of court for not taking care of your processing, for not being to court on time. Where's your stepfather's house located?
In Hillsboro.
Hillsboro, Kansas.
Yep.
You don't have a license.
No.
Who drives you around when you need to go someplace?
I don't really go anywhere now, and my dad.
And you didn't go in and get your processing. Why?
I just had my baby, and he was sick, and we had to go to the baby NICU because he couldn't breathe and his oxygen was low. And so I was in the NICU for 3 days, and then we got to go home, and then I had to move out of my apartment the next day, and then my dad obviously had to help me move all my stuff to his house in Hillsborough, and then
So tell me about your dad. How old is he? Where does he work? Does he work?
yeah, he works at the name of the company is the name of the company is Fleming's Inc. It's plumbing, heating, and air conditioning in Marion County.
Is he home now?
No, he's at work.
What time does he get off work?
4:30.
Mr. Regier, does the state wish to be heard on this matter?
Well, Your Honor, in accordance with my duty of candor as an officer of the court, notwithstanding the allegations raised by the defense, I have no personal knowledge as to that, nor as to nor am I showing any documentation in my file with support of that. What I can tell the court is that I am showing that the court did enter its orders over 2 months ago, back on July 10th. And when the court took up this matter earlier in today's docket, where the court made a finding that the defendant failed to appear, the court had already entered its orders in this matter.
If, Miss Long, you had done what I told you to do 2 months ago and posted your bond, I would have been grumpy, but I would have said, okay, I'll set aside the $2,000 bench warrant. But because you didn't do that, and you had, apparently whoever this woman was that said, I take into consideration your emergency situation. I'm going to give you a few more weeks as long as we get it done before court. If you'd done that, I would have been grumpy, but I would have said, okay, I'll set aside the warrant. But you didn't. So I'm not going to set aside the warrant. You need to turn yourself in to local law enforcement. Mr. Regier, we need to get that paperwork done ASAP. And Ms. Long, you need to turn yourself in. So I get your pictures and prints taken as required by Kansas law. So I get your bond on you. And I get a bondsman willing to bring you in when you forget you have court.
I've never missed a court date ever in my life. I've never
How many
ran.
court dates have you had in your life?
Like 3.
Well, those are my orders, and you can turn yourself into, let's see, are you in Marion County or not, are you?
Yeah, that's where, no, I'm in Hillsborough County.
Is that a county?
I think so. Well, I think it's considered Marion County. Yeah, it's just a little town outskirts of it.
Well, I know Hillsborough, but I just couldn't remember what county it's in. You need to turn yourself in.
Okay, then what will happen? Because I'm the only one that's here for my kid.
Well, you better get someone to take care of your child.
Am I going to be able to bond out?
I've set the bond. All right. So that's it, Miss Long. You've got to learn to start being more mindful of some of these things. There's
Your
nothing
Honor,
further, Mr. Regier?
Your Honor, is the court maintaining the
Yes.
December 9th date in this matter?
Oh, the December date?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will, but if she turns herself in, she may get an expedited date.
Very good, Your Honor.
All right. We'll be in recess. I believe this docket is completed.
All right. Let's move on from Judge Webster. We saw what happened. She's got to turn herself into jail. I think we all saw that coming. Yeah, her stories just didn't make sense. It didn't add up. It didn't. Dave Mid. Every single time I want to say David. Every single time I read your name, I say David in my head before I say Dave Mid. Thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. I appreciate it, bud. Thank you so much. That is awesome. All right, we are moving to traffic court, and this one is funny and frustrating at the same time because this defendant, you know what? I'm just gonna say it plainly, is a moron. And he says that he used to be, I don't remember if he said he's a federal agent or he worked for the federal government, something along those lines. I don't remember what he says, but he brings it up and we'll hear it together. But come on, man. This is similar to the case that I had. Is it last night? It was last night or the night before, where the kid almost screwed up a sweetheart deal from a police officer because he was trying to argue that he was wearing a seatbelt when the police officer gave him a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt because he didn't want to charge him for a misdemeanor. It's along that same line. Lisette, thank you so much for being a member for 8 months. I appreciate it, Lisette. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Oh, you know what? Before I go on, sorry. I know you guys heard me say this all week long, but I'm going to say it once a night, and that's it. You can see that I have my link tree pinned in the comments in the chat. Heather is coming to visit me on Saturday, so I will not be around as much next week. I will still be putting out videos, but probably only do maybe 1 or 2 lives next week because, because she's going to be here. So 1 or 2 lives, probably max. I will still be putting out videos, but the link tree is up there. If you guys want to help me spoil the crap out of Heather, the link tree is up there. I would very much appreciate it. No pressure, though. No pressure at all. Just explaining why it's pinned. Okay. Toby, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, bud. Thank you. Okay. All right. I think I got through everything. Now let's go.
Couple people in line, of course, but they don't give their names, so we'll see who's behind the phone number.
Judge Bleicher, welcome. You're walking into a really fun case. Well, I don't know if it's fun, but this is how you mess up a traffic ticket and almost make it worse for yourself. That's what we're about to watch. But Judge, good to see you.
Someone's come on from a phone that ends 715. What's your name?
Proen. Last name is Proen. First name Angelo. Sir.
Your ticket is 24 BE03191. The ticket was written on the 13th of August, about 8:20 in the evening, and you were cited for impeding instead of speeding. Your speed was measured at 61 miles an hour when you were 771.5 feet from the officer on Woodward near 12 Mile. He exercised his discretion in your favor, gave you a ticket for impeding because impeding is not a moving violation and does not carry points. Are you here to accept the break the officer gave you or to reject it?
Well, I was cited for impeding.
Are you here to break that he gave you by citing you for impeding instead of speeding? He could have cited you for a 4-point speeding ticket. Instead, he gave you a no-point impeding ticket. You want the break or not?
I don't understand how. I guess I'm not trying to argue, but I'm trying to understand how I can be cited for 2 things and then.
You weren't cited for 2 things. The officer stopped you for speeding. You must have a good record. He cited you for impeding instead of speeding. So as not to give you points, or as not to set you up to get points.
I just failed to see how I violated any of the essential elements of the code, the impeding code.
Yeah, because you didn't violate the impeding code. You violated the speeding code. The officer gave you a ticket for impeding and not speeding. He gave you a break on the side of the road. They can do that. It's called officer discretion. But you gotta say that you were impeding to get the break. So come on. You got this. You got this. I know you can figure it out.
He didn't cite you because you were impeding traffic. He cited you because you were speeding. Rather than citing you for speeding, which would have cost you 4 Secretary of State points, he cited you for impeding to give you a break. In effect, it was a plea bargain that he offered you on the street instead of having to do it in court. Do you understand what I'm saying, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So do you want to take the break, or do you want a hearing on speeding?
I want to. Well, I disagree with the way that I understand that it's in my favor, but I disagree with the fine. I mean, the fine is exorbitant, I think, for the.
It'd be more for 4 points. The speeding ticket would be more than that. Plus, it would carry 4 points.
I tried to explain the circumstances of the officer, and it just wasn't.
Mr. Brown, I'm going to ask you one last time. Do you want the impeding or not?
I mean, am I going to be charged with speeding automatically if I?
Yeah. You have noticed that you were stopped for speeding on the face of the citation. It says LIDAR, southbound, 61 at 771.5 feet. The LIDAR is often called the laser, and it tells exactly the distance between the device and the vehicle at the instant the speed was measured. When you were 771.5 feet from Officer Anderson, your speed was measured. It was measured at 61 miles an hour. Woodward Avenue speed limit is 45.
Is Officer Anderson present or no?
Of course he is. You're on
Right
the
now?
phone, so you don't have a camera. He's here.
Hey, what's up, Abe? Good to see you. Good to see you. Got No and Abe in the same chat. I feel like, what is it? It's 9 a.m. Are we in Judge Perkins' chat right now? I think it's Judge Perkins' time. I don't know if I've ever seen you two in the same chat when it's not an actual court channel.
On Zoom.
I just don't understand how. I don't know how they can charge you with multiple offenses and then whichever one sticks, kind of, so to speak.
No, he tried to give you a break. Good Lord, he tried to give you a break. Instead of charging you for something that would have been 4 points with the Secretary of State, he reduced it to something that didn't carry any points. If you want it, fine. If you don't, that's fine too.
But either way, I'm going to be charged with one or the other, right?
Well,
it's just my choice.
I wasn't there. I don't know what the testimony is going to be. If the testimony shows that you weren't speeding, you're not going to be charged anything. You haven't said you weren't speeding yet.
No, I didn't at the time either. I gave an explanation to something, but where I was going and where I was headed. Where I was headed, but I did not admit to it. But
Ron, last time I asked you the question, I said I'll ask you one last time. This is the last time I'm going to ask you. Do you want a hearing on the speeding, or do you want to accept the impeding?
if he's present, then I will accept the impeding. If he's not
present,
then I would.
He is present. Admit responsibility with an explanation. What was the explanation you wanted to give, please?
Well, I just disagree. I worked for the Department of Justice, and I went through Quantico, and they told us our character and everything that we have is, and our word and our, it is our character, and we always had to be truthful. And that was the one thing that they would fire somebody on the spot. They could be drunk driving or whatever, and they wouldn't lose their job. But if they lied or if they modified any kind of documents and didn't, weren't completely truthful in what they were writing or speaking, then that was, destroyed the person's credibility in court and everywhere else.
What are you talking about? I need relevance. You know what would be hilarious if the officer said objection, relevance. The officer came out of nowhere and said that. Why? You got to break. You got to break. Nothing is going on here that isn't above board. You were speeding. The officer gave you a ticket for impeding traffic. Instead of a 4-point offense, you get a 0-point offense and a lot lesser of a fine. I don't know why you're arguing this. There's something not computing. Some wire is being crossed in his head right now, and he does not understand this at all. But he went through Quantico, everybody. Makes you really wonder of the people that are going through Quantico, if we're going to believe what he's saying. I mean, there's no reason we shouldn't. There's no relevance to this. It's not going to help him, but yeah, let's go.
I just don't know how they can cite you for multiple things and just pick and choose. And
You were not
whatever.
cited for multiple things. You were put on notice of speeding and cited for impeding instead. You were not cited for multiple things.
But I'm also.
Answer, sir, please. You every time you open your pie hole, you get it worse trouble. So stay the course, will you?
To crimes and
Neither is
violations.
Neither is a crime. They're both civil infraction.
Yeah, sure.
Neither of them
MCL,
require an intent to do evil or an intent to even do the act. The only elements in a civil infraction are what is, as to speeding, is what is the speed limit and what was the speed of the vehicle. That's it. There's no intent. There's no character evaluation. There's no credibility evaluation. It's a question of fact. There's nothing in a civil infraction that impugns your integrity or your word at all. It's not there. It's the vast, vast majority of civil infractions are totally unintentional and with no feature that impacts the credibility of the driver. These are civil infractions. They're not crimes.
I understand.
And the fine on that is $75. You can pay it by mail. You can pay it by online, or you can drop by the courthouse and make the payment there.
Okay, sir. I'll pay the fine.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you for your time and patience. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you. I hope you have a good day, sir.
All right. I hope we all learned something from that clip, and I hope we're all really happy with the future of our fellow. You know what? I got nothing. I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're just going to stop while I'm, not ahead, but not yet behind. Okay, we're going on to the last clip. What'd you think about that one, Judge Fleischer? He needed a couple Judge Fleischer one-liners. It's just like, come on, man. Come on. Just think. Stop talking. Think. Okay. All right. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Last one is a Judge Stevens clip. This one happened last week. I don't entirely remember what happened in this, but this was my oldest clip in my folder, so I decided to share it. If it had to have been interesting, otherwise I wouldn't have saved it. So we're gonna find out together. Let's go.
It was count 6.
I have 2 cases of heroin.
Possession of heroin F5 and he said 12
No idea. I'm gonna say Djibouti. But Yeah, I don't think that's it. Djibouti cat. Because I think that's hilarious. It's not my booty, it's Djibouti. All right. All right. We're moving on from this. But thank you for the super chat. Still, no idea. Zero idea how to pronounce that word.
7581 felony theft, you are on probation for. And then 15-21605, another theft, you are on probation for. And you were required to pay 10 years ago $131,000 in restitution and $10,000 in restitution in each of these cases respectively. So I guess this is a review on where are we on things and where are we?
Yeah, not federal.
Okay.
No, I don't have the lady on the bottom. She was rude. She was more entitled than rude. I don't know if she was necessarily rude, but yeah. But no, I decided not to play that one. I saw that on a couple other channels, so I got rid of it. If I see the same clip on a bunch of channels, I'm not going to share it because you guys have seen it before. So I played the one before hers, which is the lady on the top right.
From the last, when was the last hearing? We had a motion to revoke probation filed last year, correct? In one case. And in both cases. And those have been pending. There were no pleas to them. How much has been paid back, which is what this is all about. It's really not all about that. Let's see. She tested positive for THC? Okay. On
8/27.
8/27.
That was also a CBD.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, I
were
mean,
you with him in the same
no,
car,
sir.
the last guy?
No. Okay.
Well, that was a good, boy, I'm learning something here by being in court early. Yeah, that's a good way to go. No, the CBD excuses aren't going to fly with me. God bless you. I've never thought, we went through law school, we never saw using gummy bears as an excuse was a legal defense. Never read that. But there it is. Okay. How much was paid back in the last year? That's what I wanted, among other things. How much would you say?
This year,
Yes, ma'am.
she has paid a total of.
When you say this year, since January?
Yeah.
Okay.
$852.
To this point, no?
So there were two payments made, one in April and then one last month, one for 502 and one for 352.
Okay, so the total through,
852.
okay. All right.
I honestly think that's why I grabbed this clip, is because she's elderly. She's her excuse is gummy bears, and Judge Stevens. It's Judge Stevens, so yeah, he's not. He doesn't matter who it is in front of him. He's gonna tell you how he feels and what he thinks.
That's about $3 a day. Toward the loss here. And what's the balance owed in each of these cases?
For the 581, the total balance is $134,186.20. And then the one in the 605.
Wait, hold on. The balance is how much?
$34,186.
Okay, I'm just going to ask about restitution. How much is restitution owed in that case? Okay, so in 10 years, we
You know what I haven't said in a while? Annalisa Molina. My favorite name to say on YouTube. Annalisa Molina. It just rolls off the tongue so nice. It's good to see you, Annalisa. It really is.
hadn't paid but about $5,000
Towards restitution.
toward restitution. Okay, and what about in 21605?
Well,
all mine went towards restitution.
$6.95.
Okay, how much is restitution owed in that case?
That's the amount. The 10,596 is the balance. What she has paid is $275.
Wait, 10,900, but the restitution that was ordered was $10,971.
The amount that she has as a balance is 10,500.
500, so she's paid 400 on that. Okay. And that's over a decade, right? Well, that's not long. But testing positive for THC. Huh? Okay. All right. What? Anything, David, you want to add on this?
No, Your Honor, she's been on probation for such a long period of time. I think that she will tell you that she paid what she could, and she's had some problems.
Yes.
Not just problems in pain, but she's had some problems, other problems. That not to say that they justify not payment, but there have been some other things that have occurred.
So, what's Stace saying?
Well, I mean, she still owes a large amount of restitution, Your Honor.
Here's what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to ask the state to amend these motions to include the THC. And we're going to have a hearing on this, and we're going to resolve it. It'll be resolved one way or the other at that hearing. Get ready, because you're looking at years in 14 and the sentence. I can't read that. What was the sentence in 21605? Was it deferred? Okay, so you and that's a state jail felony, so you're looking at up to 2 years in that. But time has run out on that after a decade. We're going to move forward. Okay. So I'm going to ask for the motion. We'll come back and then we'll have a hearing on it. And then I'll make my decision.
Right. I'm sorry, Judge, I missed it. Did the court schedule a date for the hearing?
No, we're going to have to get with her. Yeah. But there's a motion to be filed in that one case.
Well,
it's going to be amended to include the THC.
All right. That's about it. Yeah, the lady on the bottom, her hearing is wild. You guys are mentioning Lone Wolf. I'm guessing he I think he played the hearing. I know a couple other people did as well. If you want to see her hearing, yeah, go to Lone Wolf's channel. He's got a lot of great stuff over there as well. But that's all I got tonight, guys. That is it. I've got a long hearing scheduled for tomorrow night. It's about an hour long. Hopefully I can trim it down a little bit, but I want to play it because it's good. It's good. It's out of Georgia. Judge Tammy. We love Judge Tammy. So Tammy Howard. Is the last name Howard? I think it's Howard. Tammy Howard. Anyways, that's scheduled for tomorrow night. I've got a couple good clips scheduled for release tomorrow afternoon. And then, yeah, it's off to hang out with Heather. Like I said, I'm still going to be putting out videos. I don't know how much I'm going to go live next week. Definitely not Monday night. There will be no Members Monday because the Bengals play Monday Night Football. And, yeah, So Heather and I are going to be watching that game tomorrow night. Saturday night is the night she gets here. So we're definitely not going to be going live then. We might jump on Sunday night and then a random day in the week. But yeah, I don't know yet. I'll keep you guys updated on the schedule though. Just got another super chat. Beldy. Here in Oz, we say Cheshire. Cheshire. Like it rhymes with press. Like it rhymes with press. Here in Oz, we say Cheshire like it rhymes with press. Cheshire? Chess. Like Cheshire. Press, chess. Is that what you're saying? Anyway, sorry. Thank you so much for the super chat. I was just in there staring, trying to figure that out. But yeah, thank you so much for that. All right. I meant pressure. All right, Cheshire. All right. There we go. Yeah, Cheshire. That's some people were telling me that's how it was said. Then other people were saying Cheshire. So, I say both of them. I don't know what correct way of saying it is, but yeah. It's the S right into the CH that messes with me. It's the Chesh. That's what makes it hard for me to pronounce. It's not the, anyways, you guys know. Wixom, I will say hi to Heather for you. I will. She went to bed early. Tonight. So she was not here tonight, but she will. No, she's not going to be here tomorrow night either because she's going to, she's hanging out with friends before she comes. So the next time you see Heather, she will be here, which is going to be awesome. All right. I'm rambling. I am talking way too much. You guys all have a great evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you guys so much for the super chats and the membership milestones. You guys are all awesome. Good to see you, Judge. Glad you stopped by. If you're still here. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Yep, that's all I got. Until next time, bye.
Does it have THC in it?
They could be amended, the administration has already been sent to the DA's office to have the amended.
Oh, okay, it hadn't been completed yet. We don't have it yet, so. But that would,
We should have it.
but everybody get ready because you're looking at.
Annalisa Molina. Thank you so much for the PayPal, Annalisa. I just saw that. That was generous of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Wanted to make sure I said thank you before the video cut out because we only have about 10 seconds left of the video. You're awesome. All right. See you guys.
10 years in prison in one case, 2 years in the other. And we're going to move forward in one way or the other. That was all. Wow.